Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so over here we have our Otto link, and over here we have our Ishimori mouthpiece. So this isn't a typical type of comparison because the tip openings of these mouthpieces are very, very different. The Otto link is a 5-star and the Ishimori is a 7, and it's really difficult to do like an even comparison. However, I do want to basically give you guys in this type of video reasons why you should buy one over the other and vice versa. So this is just your standard run-of-the-mill ligature that neither one of these mouthpieces comes with. And I'm gonna play through these things and talk about them. But first, this is the modern vintage version of the tone edge. You can tell by that slant that's there. And this is basically a recreation of the vintage one of these. So it's a smart idea to cross shop these. This one costs, I've seen on Amazon for around $150 to $175, and I've seen this one for $475. So that is not an inexpensive mouthpiece, but just take a look at this thing. But the artwork and the craftsmanship of this mouthpiece is absolutely phenomenal. Even this thing that goes all the way around like this, you can check out my more thorough full review of these mouthpieces. The inside of this thing is incredible. It's very well machined. It's handcrafted. I think it's a little bit underpriced at $475. I paid $500 for mine with the shipping because I wanted it immediately. And I think I paid around $170 for this one. I did have to work on this mouthpiece. I have some videos that are uploaded just flattening this table. So the first point of order that I'm going to come to is, if you like adjusting mouthpieces, if you can't help but to just tinker with everything, it's probably in your best interest to not just maybe go with this modern vintage hard rubber tone edge, but to go with the regular tone edge and just see what you can do with it. I've seen that mouthpiece for as low as $110 on Amazon, I think. I usually buy this stuff on Amazon or Musician's Friend, but I bought this Ishimori from Roberto's Winds online. Fantastic shipping service. I didn't have any problems with it whatsoever. So that's a big thing. If you like to tinker, I don't really see what the point is of getting a mouthpiece that costs this much money if you're just going to screw around with it anyway. So I really love both of these mouthpieces. And I want to just reiterate that I bought these two mouthpieces for two really different reasons. I got this to be that easy to play, low work type of mouthpiece. It's a 5-star. I'm using a V21 Van Doren reed, a 2.5, which is a stiffer cut reed. And with my lower tip opening mouthpieces, I found that the V21 is a really, really nice fit. And with this mouthpiece here, I'm using a Van Doren Red Box 2.5, which is a brighter kind of, it's a brighter dark sound type of mouthpiece, but I tried to match what these mouthpieces can sound like just for this video only, to get an idea of how they may sound different from each other, or similar for that matter. So in reality, I have much more versatility with this mouthpiece by virtue of its tip opening and its absolute superior quality. Okay, let's get to it. Really nice, fun mouthpiece to play. Okay. Okay. Pretty much use this Supertone Master regular one as a benchmark for all the other mouthpieces. And just out of curiosity, here's your standard Supertone Master. This one is coming in at 0.672. Let's do some more measurements here. Again, so you can see how I'm using this tool to determine about how accurate this is going to be. But I pretty much use this as a benchmark, minus the ligature and minus the mouthpiece protector here. This is coming in 92.74 grams. Let's do that again. 92.73. Here is the Otto link, and as you can see, I do not have the mouthpiece protector or the ligature on here when I do this weigh in, and this is coming in right at exactly 34 grams. I'm going to do this in metric, and 34 grams. So let's measure the Ishimori. 31.16, 31.15, depending on the accuracy of this thing, which I think is actually pretty good. So that's consistently coming in at around 31.15, 31.16. Yep. Okay. This one weighs less. I wouldn't have thought that initially, but there you go. Okay, let me get a rough idea of about how open this bore size is. 0.653, 0.649. This is coming in around 0.67-ish, and in metric, around 17. Consistently, it's been around the 17 mark. As you can see, This thing is only so accurate. Gives us a general idea of about where the bore size for these mouthpieces are. And the whole reason why I'm going through this entire trouble of doing something like this is because the Auto Link is too small for my taste. It's necessitated me having to get another neck, which cost me $400. So I have this mouthpiece, and I also have the metal vintage mouthpiece, and that one is $300. So that's a $700 investment. Now maybe you don't have a whole bunch of mouthpieces that you play. You pretty much just stick with one or two, and all of them have a small bore, and maybe that's not an issue. But that to me is a big strike against something like this. If you do get one of these things, this one I got for like $7. It took 2.5 months to show up. So just understand that these aren't really the most accurate, but they do get you in the ballpark. It's really going to come down to how much money you want to spend and what kind of person you are. If you don't like tinkering around with mouthpieces and you don't have a lot of money, you still might just want to get one of these Auto Link mouthpieces, and then if it's not to your liking, just return it and then get another one, because honestly a lot of people complain about the quality control that's coming from Auto Link, and I think that the modern vintage metal is one of the best ones they've ever come out with, but it does still have that small bore issue. I don't like that. But if you like tinkering with mouthpieces and you have a lot of money, you might want to just go ahead and get one of these Auto Links. Now, if you just want to get what I think is one of the best mouthpieces on the market, I think this thing is most definitely it. And I definitely hear a difference in the richness and the quality of the sound, something that comes from a handcrafted entity. I think this mouthpiece is fantastic and definitely worth the price. So I hope I was able to give you guys a more enlightened buying experience, or maybe you don't want to go with either one of these. I mean, there are a lot of hard rubber Auto Link style retro mouthpieces out there. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. See ya.